Hello, I'm Dinesh Bhugra, past president of the Royal College of Psychiatrists, past president of the World Psychiatric Association, and past president of the British Medical Association. Thank you for watching, and I would like to start by congratulating the Royal College of Psychiatrists for establishing South Asian History Month to celebrate the contribution that psychiatrists from South Asia have made to the practice, research, and policy in psychiatry in the United Kingdom. I was born in a small industrial town in North India and did my basic medical training in Armed Forces Medical College in Pune, now called Pune. I have a very clear memory of deciding to do psychiatry. Having finished dissection in the dissection hall, I was on my way to the hostel on my bicycle and going downhill. I was thinking that all of us have similar anatomy and similar physiology. So, what makes us so different? Why do we see the world differently, and why do we respond in different ways to similar stimuli? So, I started reading about history of medicine, about psychiatry, about psychoanalysis and Freud, and that was the start of my journey. While in India, I applied to 6 rotation schemes for admission, had one interview, and was not offered it. So I decided to come over to the United Kingdom. I did my basic training in Leicestershire district rotation scheme, got my membership of the Royal College of Psychiatrists, and then I moved to the Maudsley Hospital for my senior registrar training. I did 3 years clinical training and then decided to go into academia. And my interest, largely as a migrant, was in culture and its impact and what subsequently became known as cultural psychiatry. So I did my PhD looking at rates of schizophrenia in different ethnic groups in West and South London, and then worked my way through academic culture, as it were. Throughout my training, I've been involved in teaching, I have been involved in research and clinical work. There have been various steps in my journey which have been of interest and quite fun. South Asian psychiatrists have been coming to the United Kingdom for 70 plus years, ever since the National Health Service was established. Part of this has been due to a close link between India and the United Kingdom. Part of it has been related to a limited scope of training in psychiatry. Even now, although India produces over 70,000 doctors a year, training posts in psychiatry are less than 5,000. So even if you want to do psychiatry, the chances are limited. South Asian contribution to the United Kingdom has been in research, in policy, and of course in innovative clinical practices. Several times I have been asked the question, why is it that South Asians tend to choose psychiatry? I think that's for a number of reasons, because training in India in medicine quite often involves brain and mind and body together. They're not seen as something separate. And that's a tradition. The traditional model of medicine does not believe in mind body dualism either. So, South Asian psychiatrists by and large are much better at integrating ideas, focusing on patient needs, and quite often exploring religious and spiritual values. I recall a patient telling me once that the only time she had been asked about her religion and spiritual beliefs was when she was being interviewed by a South Asian trainee. Another patient reflected that talking about family and importance of family and caring, they found it much easier to talk to South Asian psychiatrists rather than white British psychiatrists. Over the past 4 decades, I have looked at research in cultural psychiatry, from schizophrenia, as I said earlier, to deliberate self harm, to um, anxiety and depression in Punjabi women, and other similar projects. But for the past few years, I have become very interested in burnout in doctors and medical students. And following on from a survey that I persuaded the British Medical Association to do, we then did a survey of 12 countries, choosing different medical schools to look at levels of burnout. And we've now expanded that to another 25 countries. It is very clear that the burnout in different healthcare systems is different. There are different factors which lead to, but as a profession, we have to be very clear that we look after the next generation of professionals. So I would like to thank the college once again for giving me this opportunity, but I would like to pay tribute to South Asian psychiatrists over the past 7+ decades who have contributed to the mental health and well-being of their patients' families and carers, as well as of general population in the United Kingdom. Thank you all very much.